It's a beautiful thing when a career and a passion come together, and that beauty is a joy forever. Meet Miss Pragya Nopani, who has been a Santa spreading the joy of her passion called physics to hundreds and thousands of children and teachers for over 30 long years. An experiential learning expert, a teacher trainer, a subject matter expert in physics for NCERT, Ms. Pragya Nopani is also the founder coordinator of Birla Vidyaniketan's Anveshika. Hers is a life dedicated to igniting and inspiring young as well as adult minds, and her contribution in the field of science teaching is highly commendable. A postgraduate in physics from BITS Pilani, Ms. Nopani began her career as a teacher in physics at Birla Vidyaniketan, New Delhi. Teaching higher secondary physics for 25 years and retiring as HOD, she has gathered a rich experience of handling various roles as a member, National Focus Group NCERT, resource person, capacity building workshop CBSE, head examiner AISSCE CBSE, and many more. She has conducted more than 300 workshops in physics and science, designed innovative activities and events for experiential learning of physics and multidimensional learning across subjects. Her workshops cover subjects like best practices in 21st century classrooms, critical thinking, fear to fascination, teaching science through stories, and so on. The dedication and passion with which Ms. Pragya Nopani enriched her life got their due recognition in 2016 when she received State Award for Teachers from the Director of Education, New Delhi, which was followed by the National Award for Teachers in 2017 by the Government of India. A scroll down her Facebook page will tell us how busy she is currently with unbelievable number of webinars and online workshops on various topics regarding science and teaching. It's a great privilege for Abhyasa Vidyalayam to have Ms. Pragya Nopani today with us, and we are sure our students are going to have a joyful and inspiring experience which will definitely be a fear to fascination transformation to them. From all the young and the adults of Abhyasa Vidyalayam family, we thank her immensely and welcome her heartily to the 45th session of Click Talks.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I am so touched with your gesture of taking the trouble to assemble all the photographs on my Facebook page, and I never thought that anybody would take so much of trouble. Thank you so much. But I am really more excited to be here because it's a celebration time. We are having Christmas, we are having New Year, and then added to that, we are celebrating science today. So, and I'm very excited to see so many young children join me in this excitement. So I salute all these children and all these eager learners who have joined me in this program. It doubles my excitement and happiness. Thank you so much.
So we have full-fledged Zoom session, madam. We have 100 participants and many others are waiting actually. So great to see.
Yeah. So thank you so much, Krishna ji. And it gives me always such utmost pleasure to talk to children. And it's just that in Corona times we can't meet face to face, but then I see this is the first program in which I see all the videos on. Wonderful to see such a eager audience. Your permission, may I start with the program?
Sure, madam. Thank you.
Okay. So, why when Krishna ji asked me that what should we call this program, so I said, let's call it Motion Magic. Then he asked me why are we calling it Motion Magic? So I want to share with you all that this is this is a demonstration of all the different kinds of motions that I find magical. There is a magical quality about them. And then the magic increases and it unfolds, you know, when you look at those motions and then when we ask ourselves that why this is happening. And then if we think that how we can do the same thing differently, more magic comes. And then as teachers, I'm sure there are teachers here in this audience, there is another magic for us teachers, which is a personal magic. And that is when we see our children taking the ideas that we deliver in the class and adding their own individuality and their creativity and their enthusiasm to come up with new ideas. And that is the greatest wonder of all the wonders in this world, that how young children come up with totally different ideas. And then as students, as learners, we find even more magic and joy when we find that whatever we have not been told, yet so many ideas come in our mind and thoughts just twinkle and bubble up, and we can share those thoughts with our friends and colleagues, and together we can build something new. So with so much magic around, let me show you and share with you what I find magical, right? So if I tilt my screen, I hope you can see my table. Please confirm that you can see. Yeah. So on this table, I'm keeping a black vessel, and in this I am pouring water. So here is the water, and then here I have a paper star. Now let me fold the star petals inward. Can you all see? Please somebody confirm.
Yes, yes, madam.
Okay.
We are able to see, madam.
Okay, so we have folded these petals, and now I'm just going to put them in this water. Let me put more water so that it becomes visible clearly. Yeah. So now when I folded it and put it here, look at this. So beautifully the flower unfolds. Isn't it magical? Isn't it nice? Now, let me just ask you that do you think, even though it looks magical to me, but do you think it is magic? Yes or no? You can write in the chat box. Is it really magic? Or there is any logic behind it? So I would love this program to be little interactive. So if any child wants to tell me something that why you think this is happening, I would love to hear from you. Can somebody unmute and say something? Only 2 people. Sir, is it possible for them to unmute?
Yeah. Just I have given unmute option right now.
Yeah. So please, some child, if you would like to speak, it will be very nice. I would like to talk to you. So let me show you one more. So I have here another one, and then now why is this taking so long to open? The earlier flower opened up quickly. Let me put another one. So look at it carefully and tell me, why do you think this is happening? Would it happen if I cut a piece of plastic in shape of this star and fold it and put it here? Or is it happening only with the paper? So when we ask ourselves these questions, then things become more interesting. Because, in real life, we always make sense things only by asking questions. So if we are asking new type of questions, then we are preserving the life within us, because life is a celebration of so many new things that we find in nature and the reason behind it. And when we ask questions, we see so many patterns, common patterns that we can discover in seemingly different things. So do you think that this is magic or there is a reason? Will any child tell me? It doesn't matter whether it is right or wrong. You know, all scientists are always wrong in the beginning. And then gradually they make some sense out of it. Then they do more experiments. And then they find more connectivity with their thoughts. Any teachers in this gathering would like to answer? Hello?
Ma'am, the paper is actually the paper is actually absorbing more water, ma'am. That's why it's pushing the leaves outward.
Okay. So why is it absorbing water?
Capillarity effect.
Okay, so why is capillary effect is taking place? For children who don't know what is capillary effect, let me tell them that, you know, if you have a pipe which has a very, very narrow hole, very narrow bore in it, and if you put it in water, let's say the pipe is of glass and there is a very narrow bore in it, and you put it in water, the water by itself rises in that tube. Why should water rise in that tube? What is so special about glass? And if I put, let's say, a plastic, would the same thing happen? Would the water rise? If I put it in oil, will that happen?
No, ma'am. No.
Okay, why not, Bitte?
Intermolecular space is more in paper.
No, I'm asking if in a capillary, glass capillary, there is a narrow bore and then you put it in water, the water rises. So why does the water rise? What is so special about the glass and water? Yeah, do you make friendship with everybody you meet?
Adhesive forces are stronger than between water and glass.
Yes, the water molecules really love glass molecules. No, there is a lot of attraction. So because of that attraction, as you said rightly, there is more attraction between water and glass than there is attraction between water and water. So first of all, we realize that everything is made up of molecules, and then molecules have different kind of attraction with different things. So if there is greater attraction with something, obviously the water molecules would like to remain with that something, right? So we discover that behind this rising motion, there is a science concept called force. So force is responsible, right? So similarly, when I have this petal and when I put it here, in the paper also there are capillaries, there are pipes with narrow holes, and then water fills in them, and as it fills in with speed, it opens up the obstruction in its path. So why should there be narrow holes in this paper? Tell me. Any child knows what paper is made of and why there should be capillaries in the paper? Yeah? Anybody would like to tell me? Anybody knows what paper is made from?
From trees.
Fiber.
Wood.
From wood.
Wood.
Okay, wood pulp. Very good. So, in wood, do you think there are capillaries? Achha, let me ask you something else. Supposing you live in a 3-story house So does the water automatically go up on the third floor? Yes or no? Or you have to put some special machine to make the water go up to your third floor?
No, ma'am. We need a motor for that.
Okay. So if you have redwood trees, which are, let us say, 36 stories high trees, so if you go near them, do you hear the sound of a motor which makes the water rise from the ground to the top of the redwood tree, which is, let us say, 36 stories high? Does it happen? Do you?
There are vascular bundles which are enormously long pipes.
Yes. So there are enormously long pipes, and those pipes are capillary because they are very thin and they have very narrow hole inside them. And so why has God designed the trees in such a manner that there are those capillaries?
For water to go through.
Yes, for water to rise. And why water would rise? Because God has given a great attractive force between the wood molecule and the water molecules, right? So same magic is unfolding here also. Now, I told you one excitement and joy and magical feeling comes when we ask why things are happening. Another excitement comes from thinking how we can do things differently. You know, in the classroom, when we are learning something, after the class is over, we should always ask ourselves that whatever we have learned, with that knowledge, what else can we do? Can we only pass an exam? Or we can do something more beautiful and magical? So that comes by thinking that how we can do things differently. So now that you saw me folding a paper petal and a paper star and putting it here, and it opens up like a star. So tell me, in this, what variation can you do? Can we do something differently here? Any ideas, anything that comes to your mind? What can we do differently here?
Can we make it with cloth?
Can we make it with a cloth? Very good. So you can change the material. So I hope all the children will do this because cloth is available at home, paper is available at home, maybe some plastic is available at home, and even in papers there are different kinds of papers. All right. So wonderful idea that one thing we can change is the material. What else can we do?
The liquid.
Can we change the shape?
Okay, great. We can change the shape. Okay, wonderful. We can change the shape of the petals or the way we have cut out the star. Instead of triangles, we could cut out some U-shaped petals. Wonderful idea. What else can I?
Change the liquids also.
Great, wonderful. We can change the and that would tell us that with which liquid the paper has good friendship and with which one it doesn't have good friendship.
Like a jelly one, jelly substance.
Do you think that with the material of the raincoat, paper has good friendship?
No, ma'am.
No. Right. So if we made a star out of the raincoat material and put here, would we be able to make the that raincoat star open?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Wonderful.
If so, we would have got drenched in rain.
Yeah. So supposing I have this petal only, supposing I have this paper star only. So what variation I can bring here? Material is fixed, the shape is fixed. So can I bring about some other variation also here? Then what was this? I did them like this.
Try to put oil on the star and then try to put it in water.
Oh, okay, great. I like that idea. So now I don't have oil. So can I still do something differently?
Using wax.
Pardon?
Using wax.
No, I don't have any material. I agree. I like the suggestion that you have different materials on this. But right now, I don't have any material.
You
So,
can put it
We
like
can put that up and down.
Make a hole.
front and one at the back. The folding
Up and
pattern
down.
can be different.
oh, wonderful. The folding pattern can be different. Great idea. So you see what I have done here. Now I haven't folded the whole thing. I have folded it only a little bit. Now let me see how it opens up now. So, okay, it is opening up like this in a different manner. Then what have I done? I have folded it still in a different way. Now I have folded it like this. One petal I have folded multiple times at the same place, and then now I am putting, and then let us see what happens. Oh, nice. Now it is opening in different way. Will it open completely? Oh, that's a mystery. Let me check. I've never done this earlier. Now I've done it. Oh, nice. It has opened up fully, gradually. So now we are able to change the speed, the way it opens up. Earlier it was opening quickly. Now it is opening gradually. Mystery is unfolding. Right? So congratulations to you all that you have given me such wonderful suggestions and you have thought so what are the factors that could be changed here. And this is exactly the way science is done. That in any new situation, scientists observe very, very carefully. Then they try to identify what all things can be changed in this situation. They keep some things constant and they change only one thing. And then when they change that one thing, they see the effect of changing that something. Then they keep that factor constant and change some other factor. Right? So today you all have been such good scientists. You know why? Because children are natural scientists. If you were to think, you will be able to think of more options than I would be able to think. I have grown old, right? So huge company of children always makes me feel good because children are able to think in so many new different ways as compared to me. Okay, so now I have something else and more enjoyable. At least I enjoy it wonderfully well. So what I'm going to do is, now I have two glasses here and another silver glass, because now I am going to make a bird which drinks water from a silver glass. It's a shocking mizaj ki bird hai wo. A bird enjoys drinking water from this silver glass. So let me just put it here. Hope you are able to see the arrangement. I'll explain it to you in a little bit time, just 2 minutes. Okay. So here what do I have? Are you all able to see it clearly? These are two glasses. I have kept them for a base and which I have a cycle spoke here. And on the cycle spoke, I have a plastic piece in which I have put this thread which is made out of gauze, which is my bird. Now see, the bird is drinking water and when it has quenched its thirst, it just raises its head above the water. See? And then again, as soon as it comes out, again it is feeling thirsty. Very funny bird. And then again it dips its head and drinks water. Now see, did you like it? Do you think there is magic in this bird? Yes or no? Somebody will tell me or no? Do you enjoy this bird or only I am enjoying?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Super.
So I'm very excited to share this magical thing because I love this bird. That the way it keeps on drinking water and comes up and then again goes back. So, how is this happening? Any idea? See, we will increase the magic if we participate in thinking that why this something could be happening. So why do you think this bird raises its head? Yes, Beta, you can unmute yourself and speak out.
And the thread is absorbing water and the water is going to the tail of the bird and then the weight is just doing its work.
Right, the weight on this side increases because the water fills up at the bottom. Wonderful. So why is it been that water is picked up by this bird and then it goes down? What is the property or what is it quality of its beak here that makes it suck the water?
Capillary, ma'am.
Oh, wonderful. So where are these capillaries? What is this made of? This bird body is made of what? I told you just now.
Gauze thread.
Gauze thread. Wonderful. So thread also has capillaries, definitely, as the child rightly pointed out, and that is why it is drinking. It is sucking water. Water has affinity or attractive force between water and the material of the gauze is so much that it sucks the water. Water is sucked inside the capillary. Because there is the water goes down and fills up in this portion, which is small container. And the moment it becomes heavier, it is able to go down. Now, what variation do you think we can bring about in this? Can we change the frequency with which the bird drinks water? Can we make it slower? Can we make it faster?
Yeah, we can make it.
So what would you suggest we should do?
If we increase the size of
The bird's length, ma'am.
Okay, we can do that. But right now I have what I have with me. In front of you, whatever I have. So within
Madam,
this,
we can decrease the water level or increase the water level.
Change the liquid.
Water level has already gone down and I had filled it till the brim.
Change the liquid. Better we can change the liquid.
Okay, I can change, but right now I don't have anything else. So what can I do?
You can make a hole bigger, beak of the beak hole.
There is no hole. It is just the gauze which I have rolled like a roll, and then I have just put it here and made it wet. That's all.
Ma'am, we can change the point where you have supported the bird, ma'am, where you have tied the bird to the bicycle spoke. Can we change that?
Okay, I have not tied it. See here. Can you see? I have not tied it. I have just put it inside.
decrease the size of gauze.
Oh, no, I don't want to decrease because I don't have a scissors. I only have what I have here. So now, can you see I have changed something? What have I changed?
The position.
Yes, I have dipped it. I have put more of the gauze on the lower side. Let me see what happens if I do that. I have put more gauze here. Earlier I had put less gauze on the lower part below this. So now see what has happened. It has gone up and now it is not going down. Why is it not going down?
Because it absorbed a lot of water.
No, water has fallen. Water has gone down and it has fallen, but it is not going back.
Ma'am, the other side of the thread is more, so that balance is not equal.
Because this has become more weight, so it is not going to this side. So what I should do, I should pull it up. So when I pull it up, now it goes down, and then it drinks water, and now it will start going back after it has drunk enough water. So let's check whether it does that again or not, or is it stuck here? Oh God, please make the bird drink water quickly. I hope it drinks enough and then goes back. Oh yes. But do you think that the frequency with which it was drinking water earlier has decreased? Earlier it was drinking more quickly, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
So now what should I do to make it drink more quickly? Yeah, so I can pull it forward again. And then let's check. Now does it increase? Does the frequency increase or not increase? Let's check. Oh, it has become longer. So see, what I want to tell you is that this is how in any experiment we can think of what all we can change and then see, like making any change, what are the consequences. You see, in life, when you grow up or even now, you will see there are many problems in our lives. But if we want to find a good solution, we can try out one solution. If it doesn't work, we can change something and then maybe find a different solution. So, you know, the problem with our country is that we are not finding enough new solutions. We are just studying science for taking exams. But the joy in science is only if you can use it for solving our problems. And we should not be looking at other countries to solve our problems. Why will they solve our problems? They will give us some solution for which they will charge money from us. So if we can think of new solutions and solve our own problems in our own way, our money will remain in our own country and we will be richer. Okay? So the science should be done for a purpose, for our betterment, for our joy. Okay? So next I am going to take up a magical bottle. Now you see I have a bottle here, normal bottle that we use for drinking water. So, and I have a bottle cap which I have wet from the bottom and I am keeping here on the top of this bottle. Do you see this bottle cap moving on the top of the bottle? Do you find there is any movement in it? Yes or no?
Ma'am.
No, there is no movement, right? Now I am just going to touch it. I am just keeping my hand here and now please look very carefully. It will take some time. Just let me. Did you see now? Do you see now?
Yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
On its own, is it happening? is even making some sound. Let me put it here. Now check. Did you see it moving?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So why do you think this is happening? If you if it is very quiet, you will see it is making sound also. Taka tak, taka tak.
You press the button.
No, I don't cheat. I did not press.
Ma'am, due to pressure.
Okay, what pressure? I am not applying any pressure.
Atmospheric pressure.
Acha, atmospheric pressure. The atmospheric pressure is acting from the top, isn't it?
And due to your
Teacher, madam, in that bottle air is there. It is pushing the bottle. It is pushing the cap.
Okay. So when I am not touching it, do you think the air is not pushing the cap? Yes or no?
maybe heat from your hand is
Ma'am, when you are touching, the heat from your hand is passing to the air, making the air less denser. It wants to rise up. As a result, the bottle cap is being pushed up.
Okay. So first, when I am not touching, then tell me, is the atmospheric pressure acting from the top and pushing the cap down? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. And the air inside the bottle, is it pushing the cap up or no? Yes. And are these two forces equal or no?
Yes, that's right.
Yes,
They are equal, that is why it is not moving. But if it starts moving, then which force becomes greater?
The upward force. Upward force. From the bottom.
And who is applying that upward force?
The air which is inside.
The air which is inside. So how that force becomes greater when I touch it?
The heat from your hands is passing to the air. It is becoming less dense, so it wants to rise up.
Okay, great, great. So do you think if I change the bottle, now I have a glass bottle here and I have this cap here. This cap is heavier. Let me just wet this cap. Okay, so now I have this heavier cap. So now do you think it will happen or it will not happen? What do you say?
And what's the use of wetting it?
Who's asking this? Who asked me what is the use of wetting?
Ruhika.
Joika. Okay, Joika, are you a student or a teacher?
I'm a student.
Oh, great. I love you, Joika. Wonderful question you asked me. This is what I love about children. They think in so many wonderful ways. So right now, I am not answering because I know that if you have thought so much, you may also be able to tell me the answer in a moment. So think about it. Okay? I leave you all to think about it and why I am wetting it. Now, let me check whether it happens with the glass bottle or not. And the lid is heavier now. So we are trying to see how much force air can apply. कितना दम है हवा में, है ना? हवा में दम है या नहीं है ये देखना हमें. So let's check whether this one will do takatak or not. So see, we are varying now. We are varying the things and then we are checking whether this happens with this particular heavier lid, and then I have changed the material of the bottle. Earlier it was plastic which was very thin. Now it is not so thin. Yes, Rajni has written the air inside the bottle. The use of wetting is to increase the force of attraction between the cap and the glass. Right. Right. So the cap and the glass, if they are slightly sticking to each other, then only when enough force is built up inside, then only it will be able to make the cap rise. So with that enough force, it will rise with speed and then come down and it will make a sound. If we don't seal it with water, the air may simply escape, maybe if there is some small opening, and then it will not make the cap rise as we want to see. Okay, so happening or not happening? Maybe it is not wet enough. So you can try this experiment yourself. I just wanted to show you how to do the variation, but actually it happens. This also can be lifted up. Maybe I'll just wait for a moment.
Is there,
Pardon?
but it is slightly moving, ma'am. I could see that.
What if you rub your hands and put them up?
Oh, I love that. What if you rub your hands? Make them under. Great. Oh, wonderful audience. I love this audience. Okay, so I have rubbed it. Good. Good. So now let's see. It's taking a long time. Oh, now it happened. It happened just now. Did you see? It happened just now.
It's happening, ma'am.
Yeah. So we can keep on putting heavier weight. Even this bottle, we could have kept this and added more weight here. And then keep on checking that हवा में कितना दम है. Right? I hope you understand a little bit of Hindi. Yes or no?
Yes,
okay. Okay. Now I'm going to show you something even more wonderful. And what is the thing? Okay. So here I have test tube in which I have taken green colored water. Are you able to see? Okay. And then I have another test tube here which I am going to put inside it and then invert it. So do you think this small test tube will fall down or not fall down? What do you say?
Not fall down.
Fall down.
Fall down. Why not?
Fall down.
Why will it not fall down?
Attraction.
Attraction. Okay, attraction is what?
Because water always attracts glass molecules.
Acha. Okay.
Process of attraction.
Okay. Okay. So I have here this test tube and then I am putting it inside and I am inverting it. But it has fallen. This has fallen. Did you see? So this is the real way of doing science. That first we think, we give a hypothesis as to what do we think will happen or not happen. Like you said, the test tube will not fall. We made a hypothesis. And then we checked it experimentally, whether our hypothesis is correct or not. It is possible that it may not come out to be correct, but it may still come out to be correct. And let us see how. Now I am changing the size of the test tube. Earlier I had taken this smaller test tube. Now I am taking this test tube which is smaller than this but bigger than the earlier one. So now I am putting it here and then I am inverting. And now see, is it falling?
No, ma'am.
No. And then you will see something more beautiful. Now see what happened. Could you see what happened?
It goes, ma'am.
It went inside, right? Like a telescopic tube, it went inside. On its own, it went up. I did not do anything. Just let me do it once more. Let me do it once more. So, I have this. So I liquid here. Are you able to see this? Then I have this second test tube. I am putting here and then I am inverting. And then the see what happens. Oh no. Once it came down, and now gradually it is going up, but it's not gone up fully. Let me try once more. So ये क्या one wonder था या it happens again and again? Let us see whether it happens again or not. So I have put it inside. Oh, it happened again. So if it happens again and again, is it magic or is it logic? Logic.
Logic, ma'am.
Yes, wonderful. So what happens?
Through which air could enter and it could push the smaller one.
Now, air is always there. Air, even in case of smaller test tubes, see the smaller test tubes, it was empty. There is air inside it.
From the sides it could enter and it could push it, but the bigger one there is not much gap.
Yeah, so if the
Low
gap,
air pressure was created inside the first test tube because you were blocking the.
right?
For the bigger test tube, air could not enter much to push it outside.
Correct.
And for the smaller one, air could enter inside and it could push the smaller one outside.
Right. So here what is happening when you have the liquid and I push it up as the liquid comes down. What happens here? As the liquid comes down, what happens at the top?
Gap is created.
Low pressure.
Yes, there is no air. There is a kind of vacuum created there. So there is a lower pressure. And that lower pressure plus the pressure of water, is it more or less than the air pressure from outside?
Your tablet.
See, there is air pressure from outside which is pushing it up. And from the top, there is a pressure of liquid and little bit of partial pressure at the top. So which one is greater? The pressure inside or pressure outside?
Pressure outside.
Pressure outside. Right, and that is what is keeping it in. Wonderful audience. Great. So you see, it is not only magical to look at, but when we try to find the reason behind it, it is still more magical that how wonderfully we are able to manipulate what are the different factors and use them to create wonderful solutions. So that is the magical quality about human beings, that we can manipulate nature, but we can manipulate only after we have found out the secrets of nature. So how do you find the secrets of nature? How do you find the secrets of nature? Tell me. Who will tell me how do you find the secrets of nature?
Observing the nature.
By? So who's telling me how do we find the secrets of nature? No.
By questioning it.
Okay, only by questioning will the nature reveal its secret?
By experimenting.
Wonderful. Who said this? By experimenting.
Purnima here, ma'am.
Okay, wonderful. So you see, by experimenting, we will find out two things from the nature. One is that which things are related to each other, and how will we know two things are related to each other? Because if we change one thing, the other will change. So we will be able to find that there is a relationship between two things. But how they are related? Whether if you change the length twice, the other quantity will change by 2 times, by 4 times, by 16 times. That mathematical relationship, that if we bring some small change x here, then the change here will be 4x, 16x, 32x, how much? Or It is not 2x, 4x. It is related with some more complicated relationship. Then we will get a formula. So the secret of the nature is in finding the mathematics based on which the nature works. So we'll see things around us which look magical. But the wonderful thing is that there is a very fixed logic. And that logic is common to many different things. So when we experiment, that logic becomes clear to us. And once it becomes clear to us, we can use it to our advantage to find solutions to the problem. Okay? Now I am showing you something even more magical. So now here, do you see this spoon? In the spoon, I have a liquid. I have a white liquid which is not visible to you right now. But what I'm doing is, I'm rubbing this pipe with this silk cloth. So I'm rubbing it with this silk cloth and then I'm bringing this near. Now see carefully. Did you see something? Do you see? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, let me just rub it once more. Do you see something now?
Yes.
Okay, what do you see?
And that the rod is attracting this liquid, ma'am.
Yes, the rod is attracting
friction and now it is attracting the liquid.
Yes, wonderful. So it's not that just solids can be attracted, even liquids can be attracted to charged objects. What did I do when I rubbed this?
You charged it by friction.
You gave charge.
Yes, I charged it. So even the liquid could experience the charge which is present here and it got attracted towards it. So, do we use this property to be attracted by charge somewhere in your daily life? Do we use this property somewhere? Do you know if there is any place where we use this property?
To attract the things.
Any idea where we are using this property of liquid to be attracted by the charge? Is there anybody who has gone to get a Xerox copy done?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now see here, see the liquid, how it is getting attracted. So what happens in the photocopier machine?
Ma'am, what is this liquid?
Finally I got somebody to ask me what is this liquid. It's a magic liquid. Can you guess what I could have put here?
Is it glue?
Fevicol.
No, I don't want it to stick.
Milk or payasam?
No.
Fevicol.
One is this. One is this.
Corn flour.
Corn flour. And some little bit of oil. Some little bit of oil. So that oil is attracted towards the charge very well. So you see in your photocopier machine, they have something which is charged and the liquid drops are released. So depending upon how much is the charge here, the liquid drops follow a path, a curved path. And as they fall on a curved path, they form the letters, let us say A or B or C. So different liquid drops have to follow different kind of paths. Yeah, and thereby by falling at a particular position on the paper, they will form a letter. But this path is controlled by varying the charge and the speed with which the drops are falling. Okay? So
We never knew this.
Okay, so I'm glad that you are enjoying, and I am glad because so many nice things you are bringing up and asking me things. Now I have something even more beautiful for you. And what is that? Now I have these two glasses, and then I have this column here, and on this column I will keep a cup, and this is the cup which I am keeping here. Okay, I have kept the cup very lightly, just suspended it. I have two pins here, which I am keeping very near. All right. Without touching this cup, what is there on this cup? Let me show you first. On this cup, I have pasted strips. This is one strip, this is another, this is third, fourth, fifth, sixth, like this, and the gap between two aluminium strips, and it is a plastic cup that the cheap ones that you find in the market. So this is here.
Aluminium strips are pasted with glue.
Sellotape. Okay. And now I am again rubbing this rod. And I'll bring it near this. Did I touch the rod? No, I did not touch with the rod, right? Still it is moving. Isn't it magical?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Yes, ma'am.
I'm not touching. I'm just bringing this rod. I've charged it.
Yes, ma'am.
Bringing it near, and then this starts rotating.
Ma'am, how do you do that? This?
Like, how do you do that? Tell me how do I do it? So how do I do this magic?
Charged by induction.
Ma'am, excellent, ma'am.
Oh, see, this is the joy of science in nature. Nature is a big laboratory. There are so many wonderful forces in the nature. And these forces, we can manipulate and create magic out of them. So what happens? If I did not touch the charge rod with this, then when I bring the charge rod near, what would happen in this rod? This is made up of steel. What should happen here?
The charges of the rod have passed on to the steel.
Pardon? I'm not
The rod conducts the electricity.
No, the rod, this is not touching the rod. I have just brought it near.
Accumulating charges on the one end.
Inducing the charge. It's inducing the
Induction.
Inducing charge.
Supposing this is negatively charged, then here which charge would be there?
Positive.
Positive. Negative.
Positive.
No, this is negative, this is positive, this would be
Negative.
wonderful.
Negative.
Now, do you see the shape of this rod? What is special about this side?
Pointed.
Pointed.
So what happens on the pointed side?
Charges get
accumulated one place.
Yes, more charges get accumulated. So much charge gets accumulated that it starts leaking. It starts leaking. And when it starts leaking, where does it go?
Yes.
It falls on this aluminium. Now, which charge will fall on the aluminium piece? The one which it is releasing. What was the charge here?
Negative.
Negative. So this negative will fall. This is negative, this is negative. What will happen?
Repulsion.
So this will go away. So because of repulsion, it will start moving away. And then new aluminium strips, again it will give more charge to it and then it will repel away. And that is
what is the use of the second needle that is placed on the other side?
Wonderful. I like your audience, Krishna sir. Now what would be the role of this needle? See, if there is positive charge here, if there is negative charge here, then what will happen on this side of the needle?
Positive.
Positive.
Positive will
Positive.
Yes. Positive will get induced here and negative will get induced on the last part. But because this is pointed, what will happen?
Charges get accumulated there.
Accumulate and then also leak from there. So if there is positive charge here and negative charge on the aluminium, if this positive charge leaks onto the aluminium, what will happen?
Attraction.
Attraction.
Attraction and then neutralization.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And therefore, when it comes back, this aluminium piece is neutral and it can take more charge. But if I remove this, that same positive charge will go here and there will be repulsion. So it will stop rotating. It will not go near this rod again.
Ma'am, can you show us by taking out the second needle?
Yes, I can, but the charges have already built. Let me see. It will still rotate. The effect could probably be better seen if I had less charge here. Because right now there is so much more charge here that this is much more negative charge than what the charge is here. So still it will attract. This rod, if I did not have so much charge already, if it was very little charged, do you understand? If it was very little charge, then the charge here would be small and then the charge on this side would be comparable to this and it will stop. But right now the rod had too much of charge for me to be able to show that effectively. Okay?
Yes.
So this is another wonderful example.
It is turning backward now, no?
Yes. So now all these are the questions that why it is turning backwards, why it is speeding up or why it is slowing down. You can experiment with yourself. And now I have told you that how you can think, what all variations you can bring about. Okay. Now I have something even more beautiful. Just one second. Yeah. So here I have one cycle spoke, you can see. On this cycle spoke, I am attaching a small magnet. This is a 2 rupee magnet, magnetic ring magnet, small one. And then I am just putting it in this hole just to make it steady. And here I have iron ring. Now I'm just rotating this and see what will happen. Just 1 second. I'll put myself on mute for a moment.
Please, others also keep mute.
Yeah, now see if I rotate this, what is happening? That is taking a tour. The iron is taking a tour. So if you have a map of India, just a minute. Sitting at home, you can take the tour of India. Now see here. Again, it has turned and it is going like this.
Wow, ma'am.
Did you like that?
Yes.
Yes. So really magic of different kinds of motions that we can produce. If I remove this magnet, right? And now I try to do this. So see, I'm varying something. I'm trying to find out. Now, is it moving?
No.
No.
No?
It is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Moving.
But slowly.
Still it is moving.
Maybe it got induced.
Oh, yes. So what I was doing by hitting?
Demagnetizing.
Yes, demagnetizing. Now see, now is it moving? Now,
No, ma'am.
No.
so what does the magnet do, and why is it important that the magnet should be there?
And the magnet makes the ring. The magnet is making the ring to move, ma'am.
The ring gets stuck to this rod very well because of the magnetic attraction. And but the attraction is just enough so that when I rotate it is able to take the ring along with it in the rotation. If the magnet is not there, then the force between them is not enough for the rotating cycle spoke to take the ring along with it. There should be little bit of friction. See, if I want to make it move, there should be some attraction between my hand and this, then only I will be able to make it move. No, I am not able to make it move right now. Only when my hand sticks to it, then only I am able to move it, right? So that sticking thing happens only when this magnet is there. Otherwise, it doesn't stick enough to be able to take the ring along with it.
Yeah.
Now,
Even if the magnet is bigger, then also I think it won't be able to move. It will be
oh,
attracted.
wonderful, ma'am. I am so happy that you brought up this thing. Let us check right now. I have more magnets here. And this is the joy of experimentation, that what will happen if we change one of the things. Now, first of all, this whole thing is getting attached to all these magnets. So it is not free to move at all. But supposing I remove some magnets. Supposing I do that. Now see, now it is, the whole thing is got stuck. It is not moving away from that position. So too much of attraction is also not good. It should be the right recipe for something to work. And in physics, things will work only when everything comes together in the right proportion. So to find out the right proportion is the challenge in making things work, and that is what we have to explore. Okay?
Like the attraction sun in the solar system.
Yes, right. The attraction is just sufficient for the Earth to go round and not fall into the sun. And the initial speed of the Earth is just right to be able to maintain its motion and not fall into the sun. Wonderful. Now I have yet another magical motion for you. So I have a scale here and I have these glasses here. Scale I'm keeping on the top. This piece I'm keeping here. On this I've kept a glass slab, and on the top I'm keeping a magnet. And then I have these coins. No. So let me, this coin, as we just said, it should be just the right amount of force. If too much of force, then also things don't work, right? Now I have kept it like this.
Ma'am, what is there under the glass slab?
Just something to raise it.
Okay.
सीढ़ी ऊपर है तो ग्लास ऊपर है कि स्केल है तो मैग्नेट है कि नीचे है कि हर एक तो ग्लास का रॉड का लेकर उसके ऊपर 3 पैसे है पैसे कौन सा जी.
So there is too much of traction here.
Ma'am, if you reduce the number of coins.
No, I have taken a smaller coin, which I did earlier also, but I wanted the assembly to be more sturdy.
Wow.
Now see, so magical, isn't it?
Super.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Super.
Wonderful, ma'am.
And there is another thing very beautiful here, that if I make it like this and then move it, just a minute.
The coins in the coins in the
What are you saying, beta? Repeat again, I could not hear you.
Ma'am, that how are the coins sticking?
Wow, wonderful. I really love your audience, Krishna sir. They are asking just the right questions. So where did my glass go? Just a minute. Yes, why are the coins leaking? Tell me. Why should the coins stick?
The top end of the
Magnet.
opposite polarity of the magnet. The other end of the coin will get opposite polarity. So the process continues and they will stick to each other.
No, the child is asking something else. If I keep this, stick to this. Do you think this plastic will stick to the magnet?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
So why is the coin sticking?
Magnetic
Made up
material.
of metal.
Is it made
Ma'am,
of
coin is a magnetic material.
It is a metal. It is a metal.
Right, but is it iron? Do we use iron in our country?
No.
Are we that poor? Are we using iron? So now see, nothing is happening.
Super.
So beta, the coins have something called nickel. Nickel is also like iron, which is attracted by the magnets. Wonderful that you are questioning everything. That why is it sticking? So what happens that when I keep the coin here, it becomes a magnet itself in the magnetic near the magnet. And when this becomes a magnet and I keep another coin on it, that also becomes a magnet. When I keep the third one, this also becomes a magnet. But if this is north pole of the magnet, this is south, this is north, this is south, this is north, this is south, this is north. So there is attraction between them, and then they.
Why are you keeping only 3 coins?
If I keep more, what will happen?
Yeah.
Then they all go up. They don't.
It will not rotate if it is attached to the magnet.
Yes, it will not. It will. Now, if I have to make 4 of them stand on top of each other, what should I do?
Ma'am, not only plastic scale. Can I use a metal scale instead of a plastic scale, ma'am?
Then metal scale will. Wonderful. Okay, so you can try out with that also by keeping metal scale. What happens? Very good idea. So you all can try this. I was asking you that if I have to put 4 coins.
And what if we remove?
What should I do?
And what if we remove the glass one, ma'am?
Height has to be increased.
Yes. This height has to be increased. It has to be taken up. Then only we will be able to find that balance, or 4 points will get subtracted. Wonderful. Wonderful. So I hope you will all try out these ideas yourself. Okay? Now I have a challenge, another challenge for you. And that challenge is, can you see this? What is it? Yes. It is a heavy aluminum ball. It's quite heavy, right? Now, if I bring a magnet near it, do you think it will get attracted?
Depends upon the magnetic strength.
Pardon?
Depends upon the magnetic strength.
No, do you think aluminium is magnetic?
No.
See, this is not attracted at all to the magnet. Whereas if I bring this iron spoke, see, immediately it is attracted. Or if I bring this, it is immediately attracted. But there is no such attraction with this one. All right? Okay. Now my question is that without touching this, how can I make it move?
You can blow it.
I can blow it.
No, it's so heavy.
Little bit it is moving, but not too much.
Put an iron rod in contact with it and touch the iron rod with the help of a magnet.
No, I am not allowed to touch it. Or I am allowed to touch the table on which it is kept. Now the
Ma'am, try reverse the magnet, ma'am.
Try and reverse the magnet. So this is not attracting and this is also not attracting. No attraction.
You can use a sucker.
I can use what?
Sucker.
To blow it.
Yeah, but then I am not allowed to touch it with anything, even with air.
Sucking? Can you suck? Then you are not blowing anything.
What should I suck? How should I?
I mean, have a
air which is present in between.
This straw, and I'm trying to suck, nothing is happening.
Your sucking force is not enough to move that.
Ma'am, I only have these lungs, I can't change my lungs. So in this situation, what I should do? Can I make it move? That is the challenge in front of me. Is it possible to make it move?
Must be because you are asking it. We just have to.
I like that. I like that. So can we still make it move? See, I have the same magnet now. Nothing is happening. But what if I move the magnet? Now see.
Oh.
See, if I move the magnet this side, it moves that side. If I move the magnet this side, it moves this side. Such a heavy ball. So what is the magnet? Why the magnet, when the magnet sits stationary here, nothing happens. But the moment I move the magnet, this heavy ball starts moving. Magic. So, do you believe in magic now?
Yes.
Moving magnet induce electricity, I think.
Yes. When you move a magnet, then there is current produced inside this.
Electromagnetic induction.
Yes, and that current itself has a magnetic effect. So now when you move it, this also kind of becomes a magnet, and then these two magnets, they attach. So जिस side में मैं इसको ले जाने की कोशिश करती हूँ, ये भी उसी side जाता है. It is like a small child. It is telling its mother, mother, don't go away. I am also coming. So when the mother goes away, it also turns that way and says, don't go away, I am coming. So see, now this, so it says don't go away. Let me just enjoy the magnetic field that you are allowing to pass through me. If you change the magnetic field, I don't like it. I will also move along with you so that the magnetic field inside me does not change. So that is the beauty. See, only when scientists have done these experiments, they have discovered these relationships in nature. And now we are able to manipulate, and that is why the civilization has come so far. Never before in the history of humankind, we had so much comforts in our life. We have so many gadgets in our lives. And from where have those gadgets come? They have only come because we have been able to experiment and discover these relationships that are existing in nature. And on the basis of these relationships, we can predict how the materials will behave in the same circumstances or in little bit of change circumstances. We can predict. And on the basis of these predictions, we can design various kinds of machinery, devices, gadgets to make our life comfortable. But if we devise such gadgets, not for anybody's comfort, but for destroying things, then it is our misfortune of human beings that we do not work to make the civilization prosper. But anybody who opposes our views, we try to kill them or shut them up. But that is not how we can progress, isn't it? Because when we try to shut people up, we try to suppress them, the emotions will make for explosion in the society and nobody will be able to live peacefully. Okay? So children and the teachers here, you have been such good audience that I want to give you a royal salute. And you know what is a royal salute? Who used to give royal salutes in the times of kings and emperors? Tell me, who used to give royal salute? Who used to give royal salute?
Elephants.
Yes, elephants. Elephants used to give royal salute. So now I want to give you a royal salute. See, I have these straws connected like these bendy straws, all right? So I'm holding this. This is my salute to you all. This is the elephant's trunk that is going up. I'm saluting you. So how did it happen that it went
Wonderful, ma'am. Wonderful.
And also I can salute you in a different way. Let me do that. Okay. How can I rotate it opposite fashion? See what I'm doing. Now I've changed something. As the direction
And
of
you change it. You change it the direction of the straw, ma'am. Position of the straw.
Yes, I'm changing that. So how does this straw work? And how does the royal salute work? I leave it all to you to discover yourself. You can just take two bendy straws and join them from the middle by inserting one in the other and then produce different kinds of motion. Okay? So I hope that you all enjoyed this program. And Krishna sir, I'm grateful to you to give me such wonderful audience. It is such an excitement for me to be having such an interactive audience and share my joy, my excitement and my wonder at the beauty in the science. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, madam. It's a very, very exciting session. I know from the faces of all the audience here, they're so much excited. Definitely how questioning brings science into life. I think they'll show more interest in physics. Physics is known to be queen of sciences. Now we have seen two queens. One is working of physics here, another is you. Thank you so much from all of us.
Thank you so much, sir. It is my pleasure. Wonderful audience I had.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot.